of a week.
Yeah.
Just like in one day too.
What I missed today, fuck.
Or yesterday, or like the day that all that happened.
Yeah.
But before we get into that, I wanted to because I was just editing the episode about Bleed Man, and just out of curiosity, because we talked about him giving his manifesto or whatever after he did the 9/11 thing.
Suicider one.
Yeah, and I didn't bother to dig through his journals or whatever, because that goes back 10 years, more than 10 years by now actually, because that was in 2005. So.
Yeah.
But I just went to the Bad Web Comics wiki, which I hate going to, but they put up a excerpt from his defense.
You did, like I mentioned.
Yeah. This is him responding to the criticism he got of the 9/11 comic. The reason why I was suspended was because I blew my tops. I got really annoyed by one of the deviants whining about the front page about the 9/11 pages. I replied back to her in a manner that violated the so-called quote-unquote etiquette policy. Here's what I said. You want to talk seriously, or just screw around like the whining little bitch you are? If you want people to listen to you, I suggest you act a little more mature over this. I think you're old enough to understand that. Obviously, someone reported this to the administrators, so yeah, I need to be more careful when talking to the people in DeviantArt. Someone is close by listening to every word I say, so I better just shut up now and let my pencil do the talking.
Ka-chink! Where's the closest school?
Yeah, keep in mind that this was written by a 37-year-old man. He was at least that old. Probably older.
Fuck me, I'm sorry, but I think I used to title it that when I was a salty 12-year-old, but fuck me, man.
Yeah, so many people thought that he was 14 or a teenager when he wrote all that, and yeah, it's really disturbing to know that the comic and his attitude is all just basically the mentality of that age.
Man. Oh, I want to talk about Christian real quick. So I was watching an old video. Ever seen the Hexbox ones where he says all curses are removed?
I don't think I've seen that.
Well, there's a part where you hear something in the background and he hears it and he stops. And Christian has this shocked look on his face. And someone finally realized what it was. You hear in the background, ah, with Bob and Barb.
Oh.
And he even stops and has this look of abject horror. The internet knows what Bob sounds like.
Oh, jeez.
I'm sorry, man. I'm cutting down more from the internet. Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to share that with you. You have to pass on the suffering.
He's cutting up Barb's. Let's just leave.
Yeah, let's get rid of that mental image. The flies will eat us first.
Roast beef, yeah. But let's talk about the week that has been just super eventful. Stan Lee, R.I.P.
Yeah, even I even think non-Cape Cups, Cape Cup. How do you say Cape Cups?
Cape cupcakes.
Cupcakes or whatever you call them. Even no matter how you stand on comics, it's a big death. Mm-hmm. He made comics legitimate in a way.
Yeah. I wouldn't blame him for the whole Cape cuckery going on nowadays. He probably, if he were as lucid as he was in his prime, then he would probably hate Marvel now, yeah. The way that comics have become. He was always about inclusivity and always about everybody should be allowed to tell their own story.
But he knew that it was I read it somewhere. The difference between DC and Marvel can easily be summed up as black and white versus gray and gray.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah. Have you ever seen his video, A Message to the Fans?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I admit, I got teary-eyed. Stan Lee is the nerd culture's grandpa.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen the one where he's just ripping apart Rob Liefeld It's one
I
where
need to see that, actually.
it's like this. I guess it was like a short like TV program where he like got artists on to like do like sketch out a superhero or create a superhero on the show. And Rob Liefeld and I guess another.
Oh,
artist
and he made Overkill?
Overkill, yeah.
Okay.
But like he was called Overkill at the time, but they made him even more stupider when they actually put him in the comic by adding that
He was
T.
in Spawn.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's the only time I'll disagree with Stan Lee. In any other comic, Overkill is dumb as shit. You put him in Spawn, he makes sense.
Yeah, but he made a bunch of good points. Like, what does he have all those pouches for? Like, what is this character when he takes off all the pouches and the guns? Like, what's he like at home? What's actually going on in his head? And Liefeld and his friend couldn't come up with an answer for that.
So
That kind of comes back to like how like
Stan Lee thinks.
Yeah, like he's a writer. Yeah, he was a writer and one of the best writers. Like a lot of people, including myself, kind of gave him shit at some point where saying, oh, he didn't create the Fantastic Four. Jack Kirby created the Fantastic Four. Stan just took all the credit. And me, I'm like, nowadays, I'm like more like, they both had their responsibility in doing that.
My thing is, even if he didn't create the character, he took him on some of their best rides, if you think about it. At some point, you know what I mean, though, right? I'm not sure. Sometimes the journey and the beginning can be separated, but still.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they both worked.
How long do you think it'll be before people start digging up his grave trying to go like, he was a Nazi and he beat up babies?
Well, they're already doing that.
Oh, fuck. The vultures are circling him for weeks.
Like the day he died, yeah. Like everybody on Tumblr was like, oh, he was a racist. And like he was.
What? How is he fucking racist? I want to hear this.
Like I haven't heard any answers. It's just people because like he created Black Panther.
Yeah, another thing.
They're probably gonna say, oh, it's cultural appropriation because he's white. Blah blah blah.
Can I tell you another fucking thing? He fucking escaped Nazis or some shit like that. To Tumblr, sometimes I can agree with you. Fuck off.
I actually heard that he was one of only like 3 people in the army in history to have the title of playwright, like an official like army title. And that's I don't remember specifically what the story is behind that, but I think he like wrote like plays or something, and it was like a cover for something. I don't know. It might have just been like the thing that he was doing at the time in the army. But yeah, he was in the army, him and Jack Kirby, and a lot of comic writers, in fact, back in the day.
Well,
and cartoonists.
The draft, right?
Yeah, the draft, yeah. And also, like, and I just found out about this, is Razor Fist. You ever heard of him? He's this guy who does rants on YouTube, just like 100
Is he a metal dude?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He does good videos once in a while. He did one about Stan Lee, and he mentioned Silver Surfer Parable, which is a comic run that he did with Mobius, Jean Giraud, who did The End Call, that graphic novel.
Oh.
And I think I brought that up before. He does like really, really good art. And it's one of the best Silver Surfer comics, one of the best American comics in history. It was like 6 issues, I think. I'm not sure. But yeah, it was artistically brilliant, and like the writing is, as usual, like really high art stuff, which you don't really see anymore.
Like
you don't
comics gone down the fucking shitter and all quality.
Like it's meta. Like I've seen that criticism is that a lot of comics nowadays, they're too preoccupied with the whole Joss Whedon self-awareness.
Yeah, Deadpool kind of shot that everyone in the ass with that. Not so much Deadpool, but like people trying to copy the Deadpool style.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, in terms of like, being self-aware, like, oh, this is kind of goofy. We're all in spandex and fighting each other. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
This isn't like real life.
I have to mention something. So I want to write my own comic. I call it Orca Soldier of No Porpoise. My idea is I'm going to shitpost a 90s comics. And I kind of realized how you do a good 90s comic parody. You take everything Stan Lee or his his competition at the time, and you do everything they didn't fucking do. Yeah,
Yeah, like 90s comics, they were more preoccupied with looking cool.
Yeah.
Which I think we've like beat that to death already.
I'm sorry, I like beating 90s comics. There's a dog you can beat any day of a week.
You don't beat your dog like
No, oh fuck no. I think if you abuse an animal, they need to fucking shoot your ass. Okay, not like that, but like.
Funny, I was just thinking about John Wick today and how like that just serves as like the perfect like excuse to have like the main hero just kill everybody.
Yeah, like dogs are close to you. You know, it's always been tough. Like me, oog. I make a lot of caveman jokes in this podcast, I realize, but like me, oog, have wolf. Me go hunt. You kill dog, I kill your family and beat your woman with rock and drag her to my cave. I am Shadgrud. But yeah, oh man.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Stan Lee. He's riding up there with Ditko and Kirby.
Yep.
You know, all the ever dead folk.
Yeah. Bowfinger, yeah. See, what do you want to talk about?
Real quick, I just remember made a joke. We're up there in heaven making Jesus Man comics. When I talk about a certain trailer that dropped.
Oh yeah, Detective Pikachu.
Okay, I have to be honest. The second time I watched it, I was kind of, you know, the shock wore off, and I'm like, it couldn't be good. It's kind of fucking surreal as shit seeing Pokemon like that. Like, holy fuck, Charizard's terrifying. Can you picture fucking Giratina? Can you picture Groudon ripping from the earth? I hope that's Groudon near Van when you see the land rising.
Oh,
yeah. And plus that fucking Mr. Mime. Yeah. Also, why does he have to fucking talk? It never happened in Detective Pikachu, but how come he has to fucking talk?
I actually heard some like fans saying like complaining that he's not voiced by Danny DeVito instead.
That would be kind of fucking awesome. I'm the electric poke. I'm the electric mouse type motherfucker. Or whatever.
I shoot lightning all over the ring.
Yeah, I kind of wouldn't mind Danny DeVito as a Pokemon, you know.
See, you say that like you liked it the second time you watched it.
Yeah.
I loved it the first time I watched it.
You know what? I think what got me was it looked dark and gritty. I wish it's shock, you know.
But you know, there was like actually a fan-made gritty Pokemon movie trailer that makes Detective Pikachu look like Blade Runner, like by comparison, or like that make. I mean, in terms of quality, like it looks great by comparison.
Hey, I have a fun fact. You know who did the concept designs for Pokemon? Ever seen a realistic Pokemon in DeviantArt? That guy, Arvalis?
Yeah.
That's him. Yeah. Holy fuck! Someone I vaguely know online. I'm in the same Discord as him.
And speaking of Mr. Mime, I saw like the official article on the Pokemon Wiki says that Mr. Mime like is drawn to trainers with single moms, and that
real?
yeah, and that like if the trainer doesn't laugh at Mr. Mime's jokes, then the Mr. Mime will retaliate by marrying their mom.
Holy fucking shit! I'm just picturing, like, hey Bill, why no? What was the Pokemon game where your dad was the trainer and like the first? I think that was Emerald, Diamond, and Sapphire. No, Emerald, Ruby, and Sapphire, right?
Sure.
But like the one like, yeah, my dad's a trainer, and he come home and there's a Mr. Mime in the bedroom. He stares at you. You go, so why do you drink so much? Because I got cucked by Mr. Mime.
He also has vibrating fingers.
Oh God.
That's what makes him make those invisible walls.
He's an angel. That's an AT field.
Ah.
All of a sudden, you know.
It all comes back to Ava, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Hey, you heard that they announced some shit for Godzilla vs. King Kong? Apparently, I'm sorry, I'm gonna go back to Detective Pikachu. Yeah, one of the monsters is fucking getting killed.
I mean, I'm not really all that surprised.
Yeah, like they're making it clear it will not be a Thanos, you know, we all come together. Detective Pikachu. Isn't it weird how Pikachu, like, he kind of looks, I wouldn't say Uncanny Valley. It's a real thing of Pokemon in HD like that.
Yeah, I think they make it work, though. It does look exactly like what Pokemon would look like in real life.
I bet you Nintendo is fucking breathing down their neck.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, especially after the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Who's the head of Nintendo now?
I don't know, actually.
Yeah, because all the ones I know are maybe Miyamoto. Not Miyamoto.
No, he's just the creative director on the games.
Can you picture, like, you have a head of Nintendo's, like, American company that I really need to find out who's making the film?
Legendary Pictures.
Yeah, Legendary does good monsters. If you think about it, they did Skull Island, they did the Godzilla. Like, Legendary Pictures is sitting there, listen to me. If you don't make this good, and then the door opens and Sakurai comes in, we will have him murder your favorite characters. Man, like, I have to admit, it was kind of... I like the Psyduck. Psyduck's been a favorite Pokemon of mine. I like two kinds of Pokemon. The really fuck awesome, give him armor! Give him armor! I don't know why I did that voice, but it fits. Or the, he's weird and useless. Do you think they eat the Pokemon in this universe?
Probably. They're probably not going to bring it up, though.
Yeah, like, because they still walking for a grill. I'm waiting for them to see a Magikarp.
I'm sure that, like, they'll mention it offhand as a joke, maybe.
Yeah. Hey, secondary thing. What Pokemon would you, or if you could put one Pokemon in the movie, what would it be? Like, for a major scene?
Ooh, probably, Jinx.
Oh my god, you're awful. Have Jinx have like a brothel scene, like it's implied to be a brothel.
Yeah, it's got, or it's a Pokemon strip club with a bunch of lot bunnies around.
No, like what happened? No, here's how the scene happens. They're like, we're looking for the person doing the thing, and all of a sudden you see like a Rosalie, whatever the Rosaline, the one that everyone taps to.
Is that the one?
Gardevoir. It's part of the Gardevoir, that family, the Gardevoir. All I know is y'all thirsty. And then walks over a Lopunny, and like, yeah, Pikachu's like, meow, meow, haha, I made an animal joke, and he turns around, and the Jinx walks over, she's a madam, she starts whipping his ass. Yeah, like the Jinx is like on like, you know, subtitles say, you owe me money. Where's my fucking money, kid? Will we ever mention a Raichu in the film? Because like, that bugs me. I like Pikachu, I like Raichu a little bit more. It's weird. Maybe it's because we had Pikachu for like, how many years? 20 years?
Yeah, he's a mascot.
Yeah. He needs well, yeah. What if he killed off Ash? Like, no, in the show, I don't know, I'm rambling here.
In the show?
Yeah, like, what if, I wouldn't mind if, like, they got rid of him for, like, a couple seasons. You got back to him when he's finally done. He's got a beard now.
They're never going to have Ash grow up.
Yeah.
He's going to be 10 forever.
What if that's his final evolution? Is preteen.
No, he's actually an angel from Ava. He's related to Kaoru.
I'm sorry, man. Like, yeah. Oh, yeah, Ava nerd stuff. Apparently, they made this thing and I missed out on it. It's a fucking Godzilla colored like Neon Genesis Evangelion. Crap, they said, hold up. It's an Ava colored Godzilla. They have Unit 2 turning into Godzilla mid-transformation. And they have the Unit 3, or, there's this sort of Ava or a unit that was never actually featured in the show. But whenever they mention it, fans jerk off twice. I'm sorry, it's like one of those things that when the fandom gets acknowledged, they freak out. Yeah. And it's part of Mechagodzilla's. Anyway, so yeah. Oh shit! I mentioned a thing about if I could put one Pokemon, I'd like an Aggron scene. Just like have Aggron, like, you know, he's like I don't know, the kid bumps into like an Aeron, oh, get away, you little shellfish thing, and the whole wall behind him is just the father looking down and roars. I don't know, I like steel types.
I'm not familiar with that one.
Aggron, he's the Triceratops looking one. He has a silverish head, gray body, blue eye.
Okay, I'm more familiar with the
Gen 1s.
Yeah, like the one that's like, yeah, there's one that kind of reminds me of that, the Rhino one.
Yeah.
Is it literally called like Rhinops or something?
No, it's Rhyhorn, Rhydon, Rhyperior, and yeah.
It's been a while since I've played. I mean, I did get Pokemon Pokemon Sun, and I haven't played that in a while.
Yeah, I'm hearing that they're making Pokemon Stars. Imagine if Stars had Pokemon that looked like the ones in the movie, like that level of detail. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while since there's been like a
console Pokemon.
Yeah, console Pokemon. There was a XD.
I liked XD.
I mean, I haven't played it.
No, you know I liked the one on the Wii that was basically you could see your Pokemon 3D fight. Oh, and there's Pokken Tournament. That's actually really good.
Yeah, I was just thinking like how Pokemon is one franchise from my childhood that's just never like really faded in popularity.
Yeah, it's not stagnant.
Yeah, it's always been sort of like doing pretty well. People are saying now it's like the games have gotten worse, or like because Eevee, like Pokemon Eevee is coming out, and people are like, oh, it looks terrible.
Yeah, they're just trying to get money for. Here's what I think they're gonna do, and this may just be me being paranoid. They're gonna make a purposely good but not that good game, and then they're gonna knock your socks off the Pokemon equivalent to Breath of the Wild, like a game that would be it's a point of no return for the series. Like, after this, we can't go back sort of game.
That would be interesting.
Because if you notice, I'm not saying it's intentional, but Nintendo kind of does that. If a game doesn't do so well, the next iteration will be amazing. Like, compare Skyward Sword to Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. Yeah, but I was thinking about how popular Pokemon was in the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
Because I grew up in the 90s, and I can tell you, you couldn't go 2 steps without seeing some form of Pokemon merchandise. Like, even parents who didn't know anything about... Well, that was really the gateway into anime, is like
Pokemans.
Yeah, when, like, even when, like, when Dragon Ball and Naruto, like, even into Naruto, like, your parents would be like, oh, is Naruto a Pokemon?
Yeah,
you get those memes, and it's like that. It shows that how popular Pokemon was. That even people who didn't know shit about anime, they
are you playing Pokemans on your Nintendo? Is a phrase that makes sense all these years later.
They were playing like PS2. And it's like, this is Ratchet and Clank. Oh, is Ratchet a Pokemon?
He kind of looks like one. He's like you know, hey, don't get too close to that Eevee there.
Oh, Spyro's out right now.
Oh, is it good?
I've heard that it's good. I actually saw Vinesauce do a gameplay of Reignited, the first Reignited of the games, and I think Spyro 1 is considered the weakest, but they actually looks really good. It looks like it plays really good. It has that classic feel to it. I kind of forget how like chill Spyro was, because you had all these 3 platformers that were all like hectic and like so like precise pixel perfect jumps and everything. But Spyro was like, just go get these gems, find some dragons, and like even the boss fights are like, just get this guy. He's like, and I think the boss fights were kind of the weak part of Spyro 1. They were more like just glorified mini bosses. But it was like you could just beat the boss whenever you wanted. Yeah. It's like you didn't have to like...
It's sort of open world in a way.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of 3D platformers are basically open world. I think of Mario 1, or Mario 64, and how like...
Very telling you call it Mario 1.
Yeah, it was my first Mario game. Yeah.
But I mean, like, it was for a lot of people in a way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I kind of regret that I missed Mario World, because I think that the 3D, like, because it took a while for me to get into the 2D Mario games because of that. It just felt like so different and almost alien in a way.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of games, can I mention Red Dead 2?
Sure.
I beat it. I'm not going to say anything about the story. I fucking ripped my eyes out. Holy fucking shit. Holy shit. Back to your... Yeah, it fucking takes you by storm.
See, I thought that I had it spoiled for me because, like, somebody said, and this isn't a spoiler because, like, it's obviously untrue because, like, but I thought it was true because I didn't know anything about the game. Yeah. They said that at the end, the player character Arthur is his name. They said that he like becomes John Marston. He like gets plastic surgery or something. And then I'm like...
That's fucking untrue, but...
Oh, yeah, because, like, I didn't get a good look at Arthur. I'm like, does he, like... I don't... Could it be true? I'm like... But
okay,
no.
I'm just going to debunk this. If Arthur Morgan stands next to John Marston, which they do in the game quite a bit, they're, like... Arthur Morgan's he's almost fucking my height. Maybe not that high, but he's fucking huge. Yeah, you get that boy all full and healthy, he's fucking manhandling bears.
Yeah, because I hadn't seen him next to John Marston again. So.
Would it be okay if I talk about the character of Arthur Morgan, like not the story, but how he acts in the story?
Sure.
Even if he's dishonorable as fuck, he has this weird thing. He talks to a person, yeah, I don't like y'all, get out of here, boy. And if he sees an animal, well, are you a cute little grizzly? He loves animals. He loves them. It's amazing that I can shoot up everybody in the town of Valentine, kill their parents, and, like, burn down every building there, and I can go out in the woods and I'm going to have me a dog to play with.
I know that Vinesauce, there's a running joke that, because, like, whenever he, like, kills an animal, and, like, when he puts his knife into their throat, he's like, easy there. And so, like, he just kind of, like, memes that whenever he, like, kills an enemy in any video game.
I know. And yeah, it's fucking awful. If you shoot a deer to a clean shot, it's on the ground crying, screeching, kicking its legs. It's fucking intense.
Mm-hmm. Reminds me of what you said about like the death rattle. Like you have animals that just go their whole lives without making a sound, but when they're dying, it's just like.
You live out in the fucking woods. You're like, hold on, raccoon, 36 feet that way. Like the joke about Red Alert Me about identifying an animal by its death rattle is fucking true. I used to sit out in the porch, like when you have a porch, it's kind of big. Mm-hmm. I used to take a little mattress out there on clear nights, and I'd sleep out there, or just sit in the stars and draw. And I just listen. And I go, oh, the foxes are out. Yeah.
I wonder if we'll get a Pokemon death rattle and like a Pikachu.
Pikachu! Mr. Mime's death rattle is him going, oh, more! Do you know who should have played Mr. Mime? If Mr. Mime does talk, because, he does, he sometimes says, doesn't he say Mr. Mime in the anime?
He goes, Mr. Mime, yeah.
You should voice him. Just, give him, Gary Busey.
Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime.
Have you ever, yeah, maybe. I was watching Family Feud and Gary Busey came on. Have you seen his fucking family? I don't want to talk bad about him. You can see the history of cocaine, meth, all the drugs on their family tree.
I know his brother was in the first Starship Troopers movie. Jake Busey. Yeah. He's always showing his teeth like a horse.
You all do. I'm sorry. If they're the descendants of Catherine the Great. Oh man. Oh, the other thing I want to talk about this. One of my friends last night, or actually a couple nights ago, she said, hey Zach, I'm scared. And I go, what? She says, I just took a hit of LSD. And it was real. She actually fucking took LSD. And I talked to her for about 8.5 hours. And she was up the hill and down it went. LSD is some scary shit, man.
Yeah. The closest I've come to that was... And I don't think I've talked about this on the podcast. I don't know if I've talked to you about it, actually. But I was with friends, and they invited me over. I was we were passing around marijuana. I got to me, and some time went by, and I start sort of hallucinating. And this is when I was on medication.
Yeah, so it's probably playing off each other.
Yeah, it was like a bad mix. I go outside. I start walking across his backyard. I go over to the tree line. There's this barbed wire fence. I start getting tangled in it. There's this bright light on the other side. For some reason, I turn back. I start walking back to the door, and I look to my right, and my friend's standing next to me, and I'm like, Did I just walk over there and get my hands tangled in barbed wire? And he's like, no, we've just been standing here and talking for the last 5 minutes. And my hands were just completely clean.
But for a minute you knew it wasn't, or some shit like that?
Yeah, I still wasn't sure what was reality at the time.
A family member
that was scary.
A family member of mine, he had some medical issues and he started hallucinating. It's fucking scary because can I tell you what it was like seeing it in person? He looked me in the eyes and says, "Where are the green dots coming from?" And the other one is now, okay, it's an older member of that's my fucking grandfather, I'm just going to say it here. He's probably not going to listen to this. He's a nice guy, but he wouldn't talk to one of the nurses. He says, "I don't like the witch doctor when she comes in here." And I'm just and you never tell someone who's hallucinating that they aren't hallucinating if it's medically caused, because that's fucking bad for them. Mm-hmm. So it's I have to tell them, I don't know about the green dots. Can you tell more? And then he talks about flying things and a dog who's limping with its leg cut off and weird she probably saw in Vietnam. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think, at one point that night, some more of his friends came over. Mm-hmm. There was this girl there. She waved at me, and I waved at her, and I just start moving towards her, and then we just high five, and I'm just backing away.
Man, I'm sorry.
It's weird that I remember all this too.
Maybe it's because your brain was just so kicked out of it and locked onto the memory.
Yeah, I remember that, and the day after, where I was still, I guess, hungover is the right term.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just
It's your low.
Yeah, it's really weird, remembering each moment that where it it seems like you should forget about like all the stuff you've been through at that point. It's like that, and like there's a time where I was drunk where I remember everything that happened there, and which is why I never drink now, because like I remember how fucking miserable I was.
Oh man, hey, I have a fun thing for you. So, I was talking to my mom the first time she got drunk. It was It was grapefruit flavored, like something grapefruit brandy. Mm-hmm. Man, this ain't so bad. Just sipping at it, and she drank 3 bottles.
Yeah, that was with me. Like, there was like I think it was like a mix of like rum and grape juice, and like even like the friends I was with, they were like, "Oh, this is going down too easy. This is dangerous." And I'm like, I don't care. And then like I spent the rest of the night just crying in the back of the car. And like,
they called that sneaking liquor. You drink a couple glasses and you stand up, it don't sneak up on you. And now I realize why you thought you heard banjos coming into my driveway. I'm sorry. You have to watch your redneck.
Yeah, public service announcement: don't be drunk or a redneck.
I'm sorry, man. Like, I was talking to somebody and I stopped, and Spider-Man, how he wrestled with the symbiote suit. I was fucking wrestling with redneck Zach. Yeah. Like, man, it's fucking scary. If you don't listen and you just think about what you just said, I have that issue. I go, holy fucking shit, was I born in the Appalachian Mountains?
I know one of the pages on Facebook, they asked if they were talking about accents and how Midwestern accents, you don't really hear anything strong until you go out into the backwoods. Because then I know that Rick, he says warsh instead of wash.
Yeah, I have to be careful of that, but I found out it's not so much a lisp. I have a serious Ohio accent. The Ohio accent of Midwest is fucked over my speaking to the point. I try and say wash, but I also say icebox, wash, a towel, wash, or wash rag. No, even worse. My grandparents, they'll say, wash rag, put it in the wash, put the wash rag in the wash. The other one is my great grandma apparently she put that on the iron and she'd put the clothes on the iron. But she'd also hit you with a tire iron and then lay you out on the iron. And that used to piss my mom off. Is that we could have 2 words that are basically 2 words put together and one sounds different. Sorry about ranting about my accents.
Yeah, some of my speech patterns, they aren't actually regional. I think I just pick them up from stuff I hear on TV or the internet.
I have to be careful because I kept saying sure. I'm becoming Arthur Morgan in speech.
Huh. Yeah, and I say interesting instead of interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, see, now you start thinking about all the words you say from the moment you wake up to what you say throughout the day.
It's unusually how often I say the word Parasaurolophus.
It makes me think about whenever somebody says you are now manually breathing, because now you just think about yourself.
Fuck you. I'm just gonna shit. Damn it.
That's the worst.
Yeah, it's you don't put that bad voodoo on me. You don't put that voodoo on me.
Yeah, it's kind of like saying, don't think about elephants. What's the first thing you think about?
I'm trying not to, man. Yeah, I'm suppressing the thought.
Yeah, that's one thing that they bring up in the movie Inception, actually. That's when before they're about to go into Cillian Murphy's head and put the idea, or they're putting the idea in the head. What they usually do is steal ideas, but they're trying to incept the idea into his head.
I liked Inception. Every song in the movie and every musical track is one song. It's just played differently.
Huh.
Yeah. Oh man. Real quick, I want to go back to Pokemon. Yeah. How long do you think it'll be till they make a yiff joke?
Ooh, I don't know if they're going to do that.
Well, do you think they're going to make a joke about Pokemon fetishists? Can you imagine if they did? It'd have to be subtle.
I was wondering, because I imagine they're going to try and sneak some dirty jokes into it.
Yeah, it's Ryan Reynolds, man. You can't have Ryan Reynolds be clean.
Or, probably in Deadpool 3, he's going to mention Pikachu.
Yeah. Pikachu. Oh, no, I hope, they could do, a secondary cut of the film where it's Ryan Reynolds just being Ryan Reynolds. Fuck you, kid. I'm a fucking Pikachu.
I don't know if the studio will leak that, but yeah, that'd be interesting to see him like put that on his Twitter.
Yeah. Oh, there was a video on YouTube. It's one of the Spider-Man voice actors reading Spider-Man memes.
Which Spider-Man voice actor?
The one from Spectacular.
Oh, okay.
Hey, oh man, have you heard of the game Dwarf Fortress?
Yeah.
I'm huge into it now.
Really?
Yeah, can I tell you my experience with the game? Hell, hey, look, it's a carp kill you, elephants kill you. I got stuck. Every place I made was fucking no man's land of animals. So I say, I know, I'll generate a new world. The new world I'm in, apparently, ask me how fucked it is.
How fucked?
The population, I don't remember the humans. Elves are extinct. Kobolds are extinct. 500 fucking dwarves to 28,000 goblins. The only places I can feasibly make a fort are fucking surrounded by goblins. It's basically Goblin Slayer the game. Except you're not the Goblin Slayer. You're the Goblin Slayed. Have you ever realized how horrible it would be? Like, you go up to combined multiple universe hell or heaven. How'd you die? I was raped to death by goblins. And all of a sudden you see every Dungeon and Dragons character lean over and look at you because they heard you got killed by goblins. Yeah. Oh man. Do you hear about that Smash meme where the final trailer didn't have any music?
Yeah.
I think they did it on purpose so that you'd put your own tracks on and drum publicity.
I saw one where it's Mr. Blue Sky by ELO over it. It goes, da, da, da. There goes, running down the avenue. See how... Like, I like ELO.
Yeah.
They're one of my favorite bands, actually.
Oh man. You know my favorite thing I saw? You know the song from Guardians of the Galaxy 2 when they open it?
Yeah, that's it.
That is the song. Cool, I'll make sure that two Mr. Blue Skies. So one of my favorite videos, someone pointed out that song works well in almost any film. You can put that in any fucking film. It's a new Guile theme. Remember that meme? So I said, prove it. And they did Jurassic World when Indominus Rex killed all these soldiers.
Yeah, it seems like ELO, like at least one of their songs, like especially Mr. Blue Sky, but there's always like, it seems like every year it shows up somewhere else. I remember last year the Emoji Movie used Don't Bring Me Down in their trailer. I'm like, yeah, for me it was really painful.
I'm sorry, the Emoji Movie is like...
Yeah, it's something that we want to forget, I think.
Yeah, it's like...
Here, let me tell you a tale, child. A tale of corporate misguidance.
I heard that they're like, it's probably just a rumor.
Sequel?
There's gonna be a sequel, but it's gonna be troll face memes.
Oh my fucking god, if that happens, I will ignite myself in gasoline.
The Rage Comics movie. I don't think they're gonna do it.
If they do that, I'll make this a fucking Vietnam monk protest. Yeah, I'm sorry, that's the thing you have to respect about Tibetan monks. The liberals, we hold pitchfork cutout signs. The Republicans, they walk around with tiki torches. You cut to you give a tiki torch to those Tibetans, they take the top off and pour it on themselves. That's a really fucked up joke, I apologize.
Yeah, like like I mentioned to you, the tiki torches are so fucking stupid. Like, just make a regular torch, you pussy.
Well, no, we don't have good, I said there, we don't have good riots anymore.
Yeah. Oh, I mean... I don't know about good riots.
Oh, like we don't have I don't want to say good riots actually, but we don't have any riots that were real riots anymore. Like Ferguson, I don't want to bring up the politics of that. There were live streams of that shit. Yeah, I used to be at a 4chan chat room and we were all comparing different live streams. It was fucking hell on earth. Give them tiki torches, they'll be fine.
I remember watching, I think I watched that, Mr. Medicare was streaming it at the time. So yeah, it had kind of your reaction, like, Jesus Christ, it's the end of the world. Not really, though.
But, like, if you had to design a hellscape, it would be kind of close. You don't have to make a hellscape full of monsters. People who are confused, angry, and irrational make better monsters than any boogeyman.
Yeah. You ever read The Lottery?
Is that the book where they go, we're gonna kill you, so we have you stalling each other to death?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I read that one. I thought that was kind of fucking stupid when I was a kid. Like, don't tell them that they're in the lottery. Just take them out in the back of the woods and kill them.
Another one was the Monster on Maple Street.
Never heard that one.
I think that was a Twilight Zone episode where there's like a supposed spaceship crash, and there's like an announcement that there's a monster in the town, and like everybody's trying to find the monster. It's a shape. It's sort of like The Thing, where it's like there's a monster among us, nobody knows who it is, and like the town ends up like destroying itself. And then it cuts back to the alien ship, and there was like, we didn't really send a monster down there. It was just an experiment to see like how fast they destroy themselves.
That's the thing about humans. Humans love us to death. We're probably the most intelligent animal to ever live. We're fucking stupid simultaneously. We got too much brains. Like, true, a bison will kill a baby wolf if they see it, because, okay, that's monster. But if you put a fake bison in a herd of bison, they don't just look at it and go, oh my god, run! You know what I mean? We're too paranoid for our own good. Yeah.
I was reading about the Neanderthal extinction.
Oh yeah.
I've heard like I guess there's conflicting theories whether or not
they bred into us.
They were either they bred into us or they were genocided.
I think it's a bit of both.
Yeah.
Because us humans, we either fuck them or we fight them. First, take that to a new meeting. Do you remember that guy? Was that Care of a Wolf? One of those guys was fucking dead possums on the side of a road.
Oh. Yeah, you said he was fucked. Did you mean like he's been like put in prison now?
No, but like the more and more they talk about him, the more and more they dig shit up. Like apparently he said he was like he was driving down the road and he saw a dead possum and he was with a friend and he jumped out the door, pulled his pants down and started.
Yeah, because I heard there was like a police investigation.
Yeah, like he's fucked, man. There is too much evidence on him. Yeah, it's gonna be fucking awful, dude, for him.
Yeah, good.
It will be very painful for you.
Mm-hmm. No, because it would be extremely painful. You're a big guy.
For you.
Yeah, everybody at home is saying it.
Yeah, dude. Oh man. Do you know what'd be kind of interesting actually?
What?
I thought of something. Say Godzilla existed. Godzilla wouldn't be the one doing the most destruction. You take everyone on, like, Austin's Harbor, the Harbor of Austin, wherever, fuck. And you look out there, and you just see that giant sail coming with spikes. They're trampling, shooting, looting, bombing. Yeah. Godzilla hits the shore, and half America's dead already.
Yeah, it's basically a living human Katrina that can walk across land.
Yeah, like, he doesn't even need to walk out. Like, he can just, like, wave at you, and you're jumping out the roof.
I remember there was a Vsauce video speculating, could Godzilla actually exist? Like, would his, respiratory system be able to stabilize something that big?
My answer is probably not.
Yeah, because, the blood flow would have to go by, 500 miles an hour.
But you could also hypothetically say that it's that the species evolved to be that big, that they have evolved to the point that they manage this.
Yeah, evolution.
Yeah, I have a thing I want to write where I mention gigantofauna, which are basically nature said, fuck it! Ugh! Wow, I'm getting very emotional today. Yeah, I'm sorry to say that's what happened. Apparently, I was featured in a Google review.
Really?
Yeah, so it was a couple years ago I was in a restaurant. Fuck, it was one near where I used to live. It was a Chinese place. Mm-hmm. It was Chinese in that we have free Chinese waiters. Everyone in the back's a white dude who's trying to pay off college loans. Mm-hmm. And the guy got really fucking angry because I kept eating her. They make those little chickens on a stick. And then, big bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? Fuck you, fuck. He got really fucking pissed. Wow. Apparently the guy used to drink. Mm-hmm. And he was also angry because he kept making them and he could see from a window, but I kept going and eating them. Yeah, I'm a bit of a glutton. I apologize. But yeah. Anyways, he got really mad because he got sick of making the same shit over and over. So he came out and fucking screamed at me and went back in there. Somebody saw it and put it on a Google review. Huh. They gave it 3 out of 5 stars because they were mildly impressed. By the way, you know what? Are you a fan of Louis C.K.?
I'm familiar with him.
He says a couple really true jokes. The truest one, and this is my biggest issue, is the meal's not over when you're full. The meal's over when you fucking hate yourself.
Yeah. Remember the joke he made about the N-word, saying, I hate the N-word. Not I mean the N-word.
Yeah,
that phrase.
Yeah, like...
I'm gonna bleep out the actual N-word later because just...
that was like, like a monkey grunt or some shit like that.
I don't know about that.
No, shit! Can you bleep out just everything I just said? Holy fuck. I just did what I call the Tumblr system. You see one injustice, you do 12 others.
Yeah. I don't know. It seems like more... Like, I think that's... It's just a faux pas. It's nothing to get, like... It's nothing that anybody should be super riled up about.
Yeah, I apologize.
It seems like nowadays, like, whenever you say something that's, like, offensive, but you don't, like, unless you think about... I don't know. Like, everybody's just offended all the time.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't get offended. I get fucking pissed off. I'm not sure if that's the same thing.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I love, though. I was on a server, and apparently someone said the N-word 8 years ago. Not 8 years ago, but like 8 weeks ago. And it's like fucking stoning at the biblical horrors.
I was actually going back through, as we mentioned, the Sonic Adventure, or the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog memes of Dr. Robotnik.
Yeah.
One of them was Double N***er, which is like he just calls his robots that, and then everything just stops. Like the robot just stares at him.
Have you seen
and
it?
like it makes me think about how much like edgier memes were back in like the mid 2000s.
Remember Insanity Wolf?
Remember what?
The wolf, the Insanity Wolf, the black one with the big yellow eyes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's like, oh, baby's crying, stick it in a fucking blender. Wife is angry about being pregnant, abort her with a screwdriver, shit like that.
Like one of the Advice Dog memes?
Yeah, it was like the Advice Dog's, like, edgy brother who probably, I don't know, jacked off the cook. I have to mention this. So, like, there's an not safe for work chat in one of the chat, not safe for work chat, and I'm in there, and this guy, and apparently a line that context was, this guy's really good when he isn't getting mad about black people cucking him. And apparently he has a cycle where he'll go like 6 or 7 pornographic images, then he'll make like a joke about cucking and black folks and giant horse sticks, and then he goes back there. And apparently his character persona is a manlet with, the self-image thing.
Yeah.
He's a three-legged manlet, if you catch my drift. Guy's fucking messed up, but it's just... Yeah, I cannot imagine being the kind of guy who my entire career is Rule 34 only.
Yeah. Yeah, you need some variety there.
Yeah, literally, that's the only place he submits his art.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's even more depressing in a way.
Yeah. So it made me think of, there was this hentai, and I saw, like, just the first page of, like, the girl was like being she has this like face like her teeth are clenched and you can actually see every tooth. It's like that intense. And it's just like this really intense expression. And it made me think like how like different that is, because like with a hentai it's like it's porn. You want every character to look as aesthetically pleasing as possible, and this is such an unaesthetic
Did you get to the
image.
next page?
Yeah, I think I read the whole thing. I don't remember what it was about though.
Oh god,
I mean like there's a lot of
that would be like a really good gag. Haha, where you see her doing this thing, and the next thing is like, it's a real, like she's pulling up like a sock or some shit like that. Like some mildly annoying cast.
I think it was just like she was walking down the street and there was implied to be a device going on under, you get my drift. But yeah, like her expression reminded me of Guts from Berserk. Like it was that intense. And made me wonder if the artist actually did any like non-porn stuff. I was gonna look it up later. For the reason of like I wanted to see if the artist does anything other than porn.
Like
Not because I'm gonna jerk off to it. Maybe I will. I don't know.
No, not November.
Yeah, are you still doing that?
Yes, I am.
How?
I am going to tell you my secret. My secret is turn off the Wi-Fi at home. I'm kidding, but like, I'm just going on YouTube videos for like Trey the Explainer, dinosaur shit, Godzilla movies.
Are you able to pick up objects with your mind yet?
No, but I can psychically control small animals. I look at them and go, I death rattle at them, and they follow my command.
Like, real question. Like, is it actually affecting your thought process in any way?
I'll tell you what. Now, I admit, when you see a nice woman walking down the street, you kind of look, you know what I mean? I have to psychically go, I have to hold my head in place. I'm kidding, though, but you know what I mean.
It's that caveman part of your brain is coming up.
I'll tell you what was fucking awful. So I went to a restaurant today, and there was a nice lady sitting next to me when we started talking. I think, I have no clue. Maybe we kind of hit it off sort of deal. I can't answer honestly without bias. I'm telling you, I hear, yeah, and I hear, ooga chaka, ooga chaka.
Starting to get louder.
Yeah. I kind of want to draw like a meme of like a little comic if I could, like see a little guy talking to him, and you just see these cavemen behind him. 11. You have lived 11,000 years of genetic heritage. Do not fuck this up. You know what I mean, though, right?
Yeah. Back in the day, you didn't have to worry about fucking it up. You just hit her in the head with a rock and drag her by the hair back to your cave, right?
No, those are the Chads, the real cave folk. You rode in on a mammoth. I had this idea actually that was inspired by my trial this November. That the trials of November. The idea is that there's 115 cavemen or whatever you get the group. All the women die, and they're not even, and some of the good men. So all you get behind are like the retard cavemen that give rock, do not starve. And then they find out that there's a girl, a she-caveman, who lives half a mile away from them. And it's their antics of trying to either kidnap or impress her. That's my idea, because it is, Yeah, I'm also going to admit I can't also look at like She-Hulk comics, can't read some of the comics I like. I'm getting gross here, I apologize, but it's like, how do I explain it? For me, my thought processes are simplifying. Everything's crashing together.
Okay. Because I've heard people say that they become more focused when they abstain.
Well, the weird thing is I've never been able to focus. So now that when I see something, I go, red bouncy ball, and part of my brain says, it's red, it's rubber. Have you ever heard those? I heard ball! Apologize, but you know what I mean. It's weird and it's enlightening. Tell you what, December 1st is gonna be a fucking trip.
That's what they're saying. November leads into Destroy Dick December.
No one's been able to complete it. Did you know that? Apparently a guy tried to, he damn near broke off his dick. Because you know how it's supposed to be, you go on first day do it once and the second day twice? I'm not sure if 31 times 31 is or whatever, but, you'll fucking rip it off.
Yeah, it's
I'm just picturing, you cut up to the, it's like a parody of Tibet Mountain, some apartment in Japan. There's this guy sitting cross-legged, he's wearing, an anime shirt, so that there's now time. And you see, the Monster Girl encyclopedia open up, light coming from it, says, "This will be my greatest accomplishment." Also, you know what's even really fucking worse, though? The memes. You know what I mean, though? I wonder if it will still be known that November in the next couple 100 years. That meme will stay alive.
I mean, I imagine by then, it'll all be, machine operated, where you can, just you can just install a computer on your wrist that you can just type in, the schedule.
No nut.
Yeah, just, type in, okay, nut at 3 p.m. December.
I'm just picturing, after a while, they're, the arms are betraying you. You have to cut them off, and there's this caterpillar man running through the street. Find me a whore! Find me a whore! I'm sorry, man. I just found something horrifying. Bruce Banner doesn't know that November. Does the Hulk count as him?
That's a good question. I guess it depends on which writer you're asking.
Okay, so secondary question. Bruce Banner robs a bank. Does the Hulk get tried for it? Hulk, you're the witness, and he hulks out.
See, I imagine, the Hulk being, locked in a room or something, where there's a window to what Bruce Banner is
How I always saw it, the Hulk is the devil sitting on his shoulder. He's always there, even if he's not physical.
I mean, yeah, he's the id. Bruce Banner is the ego.
And don't forget fucking Grey Hulk. I think Grey Hulk's cooler than the Hulk, in my opinion. I just love the big mobster aesthetic.
Yeah, the Joe Fix-It. Yeah.
Man, do you know what'd be interesting? A mobster story, I always thought about this, a superhero story set in, when superheroes came out in the late 30s.
Yeah.
And can you picture the mobster scene?
I mean, that's kind of what Keyman is.
Oh.
The manga. I mentioned it last time we recorded.
Yeah.
But I'd recommend that. The art is kind of hard to look at. So. It has that sort of comic book pulpiness to it. It's just the composition. It has like action scenes where there's all sorts of flirtiness going on, and you can't really tell exactly what's happening.
Do you know what my favorite kind of action is? Like, it's not over the top. It's simplistic. Drive the sword through his heart, pull it out, he's dead.
Yeah. I mean, I like the rendered stuff too, where it has like the anime speed lines going on, as long as it's not excessive.
Yeah.
Like, because I know what you're talking about. I think Alan Moore does that with League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. There's scenes where, like, you don't have any sound effects, but you just see a guy get shot, and it's like there's a lot of negative space, and like, but it's just like you don't actually see like the bullet streaking through the guy. It's just like the impact.
Yeah. You know, you can overuse good effects.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you know.
Look at Michael Bay. And if you want like a film comparison,
He's got good effects, you know, but Transformers look fucking awesome at times.
Is that Bumblebee movie coming out soon?
I think so.
Okay. I actually saw on the marquee at the Apollo The Grinch.
Yeah, I heard it's not that bad.
I haven't heard anything about it, actually.
I only heard about this because I heard a guy that I know that I took my daughter to it. It was okay. He's those guys that, hey, tell me about the movie. It was okay. Tell me about the movie. It was fine. Tell me, did he shoot the woman 6 times? He shot her. Okay.
Yeah, it's like if it's okay, then like that's probably a good sign for the Mario Brothers movie because Illumination is doing that.
And plus, Nintendo's gonna be breathing on their fucking necks. You know, Nintendo would kill Pokemon to save Mario. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nintendo's like, yeah.
I mean, Nintendo doesn't. I mean, they own Pokemon, but they don't make the games.
Yeah, it's one of their biggest cash cows, but they can live without it.
Yeah.
Hey, do you think back in the Wild West of Pokemon, there were fur trappers walking around with Pikachus wrapped around their heads?
Huh. Oh yeah, like the coonskin cap.
Yeah, I just want to picture like, why do you wear that? If I rub it on my chest, it feels nice. Where do they get the fucking fur to make like, or the clothes like leather?
Like probably from the Tauros.
Yeah, I'm just picturing like, well, we have an issue. What? Well, I need to get some fur for the baby. Cool. Where's that fucking Lopunny over here?
I'm good. Yeah, like never mind.
This is like I was making a weird joke. There's a nursery rhyme that basically means, okay, baby, shut the fuck up. Dad's gonna kill a rabbit for you and skin it to make a blanket. Yeah.
If it was a lot bunny, it would be like he's gonna just have sex with her and then kill her and then have sex with her again. And then, yeah.
I would say, oh man, I had this idea when I would do a comic. I mentioned it here before. I made the worst supervillain ever on purpose, Skunk Rock. Right. And I had the idea of what his first major arc would be, that the knockoff Iron Man apparently did a Bill Cosby on little kids. And he pretends to be one of the molested kids to get money from knockoff Iron Man. But to protect the fact that he's clearly not one of the kids with, different eye color, different hair color, he wears his mask during the lawyer. If I take my mask off, and they're doing like, which of the kids' warriors that I can't actually say, but numbers between 2 and 6. Just to take the fucking piss out. Hey,
makes me think of like a Always Sunny in Philadelphia sketch.
Kind of. My idea was, imagine if like that or The Office followed the worst supervillains in the world. Also, I've been considering making them like also my favorite idea that I ever have. So supervillains like street level villains probably have kids, right? Can you imagine like oh yeah, I'm gonna steal some Girl Scout cookies, and you're walking away, and you go back to the villain bar. Oh yeah, you hear what happened to Lady Dick Wrencher's daughter? What? They stole all her cookies from Girl Scouts.
That's actually a good supervillain name.
Lady Dick Wrencher?
Yeah.
I actually kind of like that one. I'm just picturing like she has like drill hands that can spin around 360 degrees.
It makes me think of that character that Stan Lee played in Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
When he cuts Thor's hair and just all these spinning blades. Except she would use it on,
Yeah. Yeah, by the way, what bugs me? Because I think about Rule 34 artists. I don't like it when they, how they draw the dicks occasionally like it's a giant... Like, Jay Lullaby's shit really fucking
Oh
hurt.
yeah, his stuff is like people complain about Shadman. It's like Lullaby's stuff is like 10 times worse.
I'm sorry. How do they fucking live? Like, if that thing comes out, all the blood pressure leaving their head. That's how you kill Godzilla. Give him a hard on if he's by Jay Lullaby.
I know that, like there's whenever Shadman streams, like there's actually a guy in his chat named Godzilla Master, and he's always asking Shadman to draw Godzilla porn. So yeah,
I apologize for the fandom here. Yeah, if you think Ava Geeks is retarded, you need to see Giant Monsters. Can I sum it up to you? King Kong is the best! Gamera! Godzilla! Fuck you, it's Varan! What about Yongari? What about the alien? Versus...
I know there's there's one stream that he did where this guy is like talking to Shadman about like this fantasy he had about Godzilla having sex with Luann Loud from the Loud House, and apparently in this version like Godzilla is like human sized, but like he takes her back to his apartment and like chains her up or something. It's just like, and then like he's playing Aerosmith over like this monologue that he's going through.
Does he actually use voice chat?
Yeah.
What's he sound like? Godzilla Master. How about
like probably exactly how you think he sounds.
I want you to draw that chick from whatever the fuck it's called, Loud House, and you have to stand her up.
Is that sort of like murmuring?
I hate murmur. I'm sorry. I apologize if you murmur in the audience, all four of you, but like murmurs kind of creep me out.
Murmur as a word is kind of creepy.
Yeah, like it's that repetition. Also, I also fucking hate you if you say bye-bye. Bye-bye! It's fucking degenerate.
Yeah, there's that condescending, Tumblr-y thing to it, especially when it's spelled out.
Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck. And also, if you call me sweetie, sweetie, sit down, you don't know anything. I'll fucking track you down and beat you. I hate that shit so much.
Darling. You remember when Chris Chan with the Doopy do-over?
I'm sorry. I'll shove that fucking thing down his throat. That was fucking creepy.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I apparently I fell out of Chris Chan. A lot of shit's happened.
Yeah.
He's also doxing people who buy his shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, I'd fucking kill him. I like Chris Chan. He's kind of like if the internet. So Stan Lee's the grandpa. Chris Chan's your weird cousin that comes over to play. And Alex Jones is that guy who's the uncle who you're pretty sure has a little girl chained up in his basement. Can you picture Alex Jones having sex with you? The frogs are gay, the frogs are gay.
Yes, we're gonna change the conditioning.
He does that fucking...
He does his voice.
That's his cum voice.
Yeah.
I miss him already.
He's dead?
No, he's he was deplatformed. Like YouTube deleted his channel. Twitter banned him. Facebook banned him. So basically, he has nowhere to post his videos.
All of a sudden,
I think Infowars is still up. The website.
you're just watching TV. You're hoping that Todd Howard hasn't found you. The screen starts flickering. It's being hijacked, and all you hear: "The frogs are gay. The frogs are gay. The frogs are gay."
Hey, before we end, you wanted to talk about Fallout 76.
Oh yeah, her new favorite game. Hey, guess what? You have to fucking buy it to uninstall the beta.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Todd, remember I told you the joke where Todd Howard's running around beating everyone in Bethesda?
Yeah, and after you uninstall the beta, your computer reinstalls Skyrim.
No. It opens Skyrim, but it's a hellscape Skyrim. Everything is Todd Howard jerking off or some shit like that. Like, I'm sorry. Oh, by the way, I'm apologizing. Todd Howard's kind of scary if you think about it.
Yeah, he kind of looks scary.
He looks like he could be John Wayne Gacy in a way. He could play, not like that, but like I could see him dressing up as a clown. Bye, Skyrim, little boy. Yeah.
I saw Shadman was actually streaming Fallout 76, and because it came out yesterday or the day before, and like it looks like fun, but it looks like really glitchy, and it looks like it would be more fun with friends.
Yeah, it's one of those games.
It actually kind of looks better than Fallout 4. Like, really, it's more fun than Fallout 4.
Oh. Can you hear my favorite thing, though? Can you picture if what happened to 76 happened to a first-party Nintendo game? Do you know what would happen? you would hear Reggie walking around, stomping.
Find me who made that game.
Well, I was gonna say like all the Nintendo fanboys would be rushing to defend it.
True, you'd get that, but you'd also get they're all falling on their swords as like Nintendo's head walks over.
Like, I mean, if it was like Zelda Online and like it had the same problems as Fallout 76,
Yeah, but
like none of the fans would be like, like all the fans would just be like, oh, like it's okay, they'll fix it, eventually.
You have to be in the series to understand it. Yeah, but Nintendo don't play around with that shit. You fail Nintendo, they kill your family. They're actually Yakuza. Like, you're walking in there and an old man, and like Miyamoto takes off his shirt, and he's got like Mario and Zelda tattooed. Yeah,
he's just gonna grab you by the throat and has that smile, like.
I'm picturing if Nintendo was like a thing, like if it was a Warhammer model, it'd be like this giant mongoloid Reggie pulling a building on his back. Mm-hmm. Like the elephants from Lord of the Rings, those giant elephants in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Shoot him in the eye! Shoot him in the eye! I wouldn't mind. I'm sorry.
I think.
We better hit the road.
Yeah, I think it's time that we wrapped it up. I think this is a good episode. So on that note, I've been Tony.
I've been Zach.
And this has been the Monkey Bar.
I'm sorry.